Now let's look at a second example. And in this example, we're going to see what happens if you're traveling at a constant velocity, which remember is where the rate of change of motion is not changed. You're going at the same speed. So this bicyclist, as before, is traveling left at 14 meters per second and continues to travel left at 14 meters per second for 30 seconds. What is the bicyclist acceleration after the 30-second interval? So let's look at our equation up here, the way we had it before, our given information. We have the bicyclist traveling at 14 meters per second. So its initial velocity is 14 meters per second, and because he's left, remember that's negative. And he continues to travel left for 14 meters per second, which is our final velocity. And because he's done that for 30 seconds, so our time interval here would be 30 seconds. And we want to find out what the acceleration is of this cyclist after those 30 seconds. So our equation is acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial divided by time. So let's replace our numbers where we can, if we have numbers to replace. I don't have a number for A, that's what I'm looking for, so I continue writing my A with the equal sign. Now, my final velocity is negative 14 meters per second. My initial velocity is negative 14 meters per second. So here I'm going to subtract negative 14 meters per second. And I have one last number, which is my 30 seconds. So I'm going to divide this by 30 seconds. So let's take care of our math problems. We have a negative here with a negative, which becomes a positive. So A is equal to negative 14 meters per second plus 14 meters per second divided by 30 seconds. So if I do my math, negative 14 plus positive 14, I end up with 0. So A is equal to 0 meters per second over 30 seconds. Now, 0 divided by 30 is 0. Any number divided by 30 is, any number divided into 0 is 0. So my acceleration is 0 meters per second squared. My bicyclist did not change the velocity during those 30 seconds. There we go back to our constant velocity. There is no change in velocity. There is 0 acceleration.